Morgan Gibbs White dodges Steve McClaren and runs into incarceration with England.
Jamaica have a lifeline. How about this?
Big up Gunnaz. I hear that. Don't know some of the Gunnaz myself, but big up Gunnaz.
If you're new here, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. And if you are a part of that 59.6% of people who keep watching our videos on a regular and are not subscribing, what on God's green earth are you waiting on? Just go ahead right now and hit that fat red subscribe button and smash the notification bell so that you can be notified whenever we do post videos. And you can check us out on our socials at 876 Gunnaz on Instagram and TikTok. And lastly, if you want to support us monetarily, you can do so by buying us a coffee, and you can find the link below in the description. Now, it was just yesterday when the English FA posted the England squad to face Finland and Ireland in the Nations League Group B. And all of Jamaican fans' worst nightmare came through as we saw Morgan Gibbs White be listed in the England squad, which means he did accept a call-up for England. And I have to admit to you guys, my heart sunk when I saw the news. Now, before I head into this video, I have to admit that this is a very tricky topic to cover, but I will try my best to be as objective as possible. Now, for those of you who don't know Morgan Gibbs White, you must not watch football, but Morgan Gibbs White is the current Nottingham Forest team captain, and he was born in England with Jamaican heritage. He actually represented England at all youth levels, from the under 16 level all the way up to the under 21 level. So he is no stranger to the England setup. So in this video, I will cover both the perspective of Morgan Gibbs White and why he chose England over Jamaica, and I will also cover the perspective of Jamaican fans and why everyone is so sad or angry that he chose England over Jamaica. Now, I think most Reggae Boyz fans would agree that the weakness in the Jamaica team is our midfield. We have a very wonderful goalkeeper in Andre Blake. We have able deputy as backup goalkeepers. Our backline is solid. It's a growing backline, and when everyone is fully fit, I would say our backline is solid as long as Damian Lowe is not in it. We have a very good attack line, but it's just the midfield where Jamaica always struggles. We have a clear issue and a clear problem in the defensive midfield aspect, and we have a clear issue and a clear problem in the attacking midfield position. Now, us bloggers have scouted two potential Reggae Boyz players who we believe would have been perfectly suited to fill in those gaps that Jamaica is missing in the team. Now, the first one is Dujon Sterling of Rangers, where he can play in that defensive midfield position. He plays for a quality team, he plays European football, and he is used to a high-level performance or high-level football, right? And in the attacking midfield position, most of the bloggers or most Reggae Boyz players, or fans, I should say, were hoping to get Morgan Gibbs White, who is a proven Premier League player now. He has done it last season, a whole lot of assists, creative player. He would be like a lower tier De Bruyne type player, right? I'm not comparing him to De Bruyne here, but he does have similar qualities. He has a wicked cross, wicked delivery. He has a pure shot on him, right? So he's a really true attacking workhorse midfielder, which would suit Jamaica so perfectly. So many Jamaican fans are saying that it's just England's way of captaining him so that he can't represent Jamaica. I, for one, personally don't think England is interested in captaining him just to let him not represent Jamaica. No, with all due respect to Jamaica, I don't think England is worried about us. To be very honest, they have a huge plethora of talent, and if one goes, the next one will follow in right away. So I think he has a deserved call-up, right? Especially due to the fact that a whole lot of players are out for England, right? I think this call-up, he would be next in the pecking order to get a call-up for England. Bear in mind, it's not as if he's just a player that is about to sign for Jamaica and they're just trying to do this, right? He has been in the England setup from under 16 to under 17 to under 18 to under 19 to under 21. So he is well familiar with the England setup, and it was just about time before he would have gotten a call-up. Then there are some Reggae Boyz fans that are just saying the player is stupid for accepting a call-up from England when he knows that he will not be getting a huge or a whole heap of game time. And we've seen it with countless players who chose to represent the country in which they were born, or they chose to represent England instead of the country of their heritage. And some of them really live to regret it, or even if they aren't comfortable saying it, or even if they don't say it, I think they would have preferred if they represented the country of their heritage, which would mean that they would have a whole lot more game time and really get to make their name and be remembered in the sport of football somewhere, right? We've seen it happen to Fikayo Tomori, who could have played for a team in Africa, and he's just not favored in that England setup. After winning even the Serie A, he didn't get a game for England. And if he couldn't get a game back then, I don't see him getting a game now. He just got a few caps here and there. He's stuck on 5 caps and he cannot get another call-up or any game time at all. Mark Gay, he's gone with his spot. Lewis Dunk is gone with his spot as well. So there are players almost every year that fall into this trap, quote unquote, of going to represent England and not really looking at the fact that, as I said, it's a very thin line, because as a player, you have to be ambitious. You have to believe in yourself that you can be the best. But at the end of the day, not everyone can be the best. There are only 2 positions at centre back. There are only few positions, right? And in major tournaments, sometimes you just have to look at it and say, hey, if I go and represent the country of my heritage, I can really stamp my claim on that country and I can really make a name for myself, as opposed to going to England and fighting just for 10 caps my entire career. So that is the kind of dilemma that these players are facing. And it's not only Jamaica, it's for African countries as well, with other European countries, like, for example, France. Some players have woke up, right? Some players have woke up as it relates to all of this situation with representing your country of your heritage or the country in which you were born and raised, right? We've seen Wilfred Zaha go over to represent Cote d'Ivoire, right? And everyone knows that he's true and true English, right? He was born and raised in England. Well, I'm not sure if he was born in England, but he was raised in England, for sure, right? If you listen to him speak, he has that British accent. It's the same thing for Demarai Gray. Demarai Gray was in the England youth setup as well, and he went and came over to play for Jamaica. Tariq Lamptey realized how the right back situation is at England, and he opted to play for Ghana, right? He went to the World Cup playing for Ghana. So there are examples out there of players, even Eddie Nketiah. Eddie Nketiah has no future in England setup. I really believe that he believes that he can be England's future striker, because that's the ego of the man. But at the end of the day, he can go ahead and play for Ghana. And if he has sense, he will, right? So, yeah, as I was saying, there are players out there that really look at the reality of the situation and opt to play for the country of their heritage. But in this case, Morgan Gibbs White did not. So now I'm going to go ahead and discuss why he might have chosen to represent England and not Jamaica. Now, people have to remember that this guy was born and raised in England. He went through all levels of England's youth system. This guy bleeds England. He is England through and through. So he would prefer to work his ass off his entire career, right, to go and represent England, even if it means he only will get 10 caps. That 10 caps would be more valuable to him than even 80 caps for Jamaica, or even going to a World Cup with Jamaica. And that is just the nature of how it is, right? That is the country of that he represents himself with, right? So he is always going to want to represent that country, especially if they do call. It's very upsetting. When I saw the news, I was very upset. It was just so demotivating to see that he got selected. If it was Gareth Southgate, he would not have gotten selected. I know that for sure. So it's just upsetting, guys. But at the end of the day, it is reality. We can't force someone to fall come represent. It was always a long shot anyway. I would just have to take it and move. We have a whole lot of talented players, a whole lot of players in the pool that we can work with. You see me? No, there was even Isaac Hayden, who could have represented Jamaica at the international stage. And I think he went in an interview once where he was basically being asked about representing Jamaica and also representing England, etc., etc. And I think he shared a specific statement or a few statements that would really show or really represent how those English-based players feel as it relates to representing England, the country that they were born and raised, compared to representing Jamaica, which is the country of their heritage, right? Isaac Hayden went on to say, I don't see myself as an opportunist getting selected for Jamaica. I don't want to take the place of someone who has played a lot of matches, able to play at the World Cup in his place. It will always be a dream to play for England. Now we all know Isaac Hayden cannot make that England national team setup, but he has made it abundantly clear that he does not want to come and represent Jamaica. He has said it a few times, and in this specific situation, it's kind of fair his take of saying that he does not want to come in and represent the team and take the place of someone who put their blood, sweat, and tears into qualification for World Cup and then just appear in the World Cup and take his place. I don't like seeing that either. However, there is a remedy to that. All you have to do is just show up and be a part of that qualification. And I think that is where we need to apply pressure on these British-based players going forward, especially with the addition of Steve McClaren, who will be, because rumors were going around that the moment he stepped foot in Jamaica, it was the moment he stepped back out, because he wanted to go and speak to players directly, converse with players in Europe, and really get to see where their mindset is at before selecting the squad, right? By the time this video is out, you guys should either have the squad or the squad will be up. So we will be doing a review on that, so you guys can stay tuned to the channel to check that out. But yeah, I think we need to advocate more for these players to really come not only when it's World Cup time. We do not want it to be here when it's World Cup time. If a player wants to come when it's World Cup time, then I don't want to hear. You need to be in the process of getting to the World Cup, the qualification. That is where we need you. We need you to be betting in the team in these Nations League games, right? And we had a discussion on Title Talk as well, just yesterday, right? Where we're saying that if Omar Hutchinson is not selected in this national team, huge question thing to be asked. He's only ever put on a Jamaican national team jersey for senior men's football. So he is expected to get called up by the fans or from the fans. He is expected to get a call up. And if he's not here, he's fully fit, there are no more excuses. If Omar Hutchinson is not here, I am writing him off, right? You need to be committed to the cause, and that is what Steve McClaren is looking for. He's looking for committed players to this national team. So that is the end of the video, guys. Please just let me know in the comment section. What do you think about Morgan Gibbs White representing Jamaica? Not Jamaica, representing England over Jamaica. See? You don't want the man represent Jamaica. But let me know in the comment section below, guys. Share your thoughts in the comment section. Like the video. Hit the subscribe button. Share the content. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.
Jamaica have a lifeline. How about this?
Big up Gunnaz, I hear that. Don't know some of the Gunnaz myself, but big up Gunnaz.